The Indiana University Board of Trustees put out a statement supporting President Pamela Whitten after a faculty no confidence vote in April. Now, one trustee says not only does she disagree with the statement, but she didn't know about it until it went public. Ethan Sandwise reports.
The statement, purportedly representing the entire board, reaffirmed its commitment to the president, saying, quote, "As a board, we continue to offer our full support to President Whitten. She is the right leader at the right time precisely because she has pursued a future for Indiana University that will ensure it thrives into its next era." Elected trustee Vivian Winston says the statement doesn't, quote, "truly capture a representative sense of the board's perspective. The statement ignored the seriousness of the vote and disregarded faculty concerns." In an email to WTIU News, she said she had no role in creating the statement and felt she could no longer stay silent. Winston is one of only two trustees who have attended listening sessions with faculty and visited protesters in the Dunn Meadow encampment, the other being elected trustee Donna Spears. Experts say it's not only unusual for a board to put out a statement without consulting its members, but division on backing a leader could be a sign of trouble.
It's very rare, which, if I'm trying to read tea leaves here, tells me something quite rancorous or challenging is going on behind the scenes if they're not all on the same page.
As a trustee in the mid-90s, Cynthia Pearl Stone says she's seen the culture of the board change in the last few years. There's been high turnover in the 9-member group. Only 2 trustees now have served longer than 3 years. In Stone's time, she often met with professors and students.
We could listen, we could be engaged, we could feel that that was welcomed. And the audience, the people that we were serving, welcomed it. It's not welcome today.
So the board didn't respond to a request for comment. Students and faculty on campus have been bolder with their messaging to the board since pro-Palestine protests began in April. After police arrested over 50 students and faculty during protests, many schools on campus passed resolutions calling on the board to remove the president and provost.
My experience was if the Indianapolis Star, the Herald Times back in the day called me up and asked for comments, I was free to give them. And there was no fallout, there was no criticism, and I was one voice of many.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Ethan Sandwise.
Winston, who emailed her letter to WTIU, declined a request for an interview. In her letter, she called for the board to seek equal input from all its members before future statements and decisions. The Indiana University Board of Trustees this week released a draft for a new university-wide expressive activity policy that would place new limits on where, when, and how community members can protest. Administrators, including President Pamela Whitten, have indicated their desire to replace IU's existing Dunn Meadow speech policy since pro-Palestine protests began in April. Now, under the proposal, expressive activities would have to take place at least 25 feet away from the entrances of buildings and parking lots. It would also ban overnight camping. Those rules would effectively outlaw the ongoing occupation of Dunn Meadow by pro-Palestine protesters.